Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is our part one of our saving series about Fund My Future and figuring out ways to save for your child's future. My name is Elizabeth Fries, and I am an outreach coordinator at the Human Services Center. And we wanted to just provide you with this saving series as part of our financial literacy programming in order to provide you with some more knowledge and resources for saving for your child's future. So we are partnering with Fund My Future to present you with this information, and Tony Cornialdi, the Community Outreach Director at Fund My Future, is going to provide the presentation today. But just a few housekeeping items before we get started. We will be recording this webinar, so please stay on mute throughout the presentation. Feel free to utilize the chat throughout. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat and we will be sure to get to those. And there will be time for question and answer and discussion towards the end where you're welcome to unmute yourself. But until that point, please stay on mute throughout the presentation. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Tony.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. I am so happy to see that you all took the time out of your busy day to stop in and get some information about Fund My Future. And this is the first of a three-part savings series. And in this session, you're gonna learn information about what Fund My Future is. Just by a show of hands, are there any parents or anyone on the line right now that has heard about Fund My Future? If you could just raise your virtual hand. All right, well, okay, let's see. Alexandra Pryor has her hand raised. Okay, awesome. Well, we have someone in here that has heard about Fund My Future, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna go into the presentation and pull everything up. But while I'm doing that, Alexandra, can you unmute yourself and tell us what you've heard or what you know about Fund My Future while I prepare to share my screen?
Yeah, well, what I know about, my son goes to Propel, so I know like by the end of the month or something, I mean, well, every week you get to deposit as little as $1 into their Fund My Future account, and then it adds up for them.
Great.
Okay.
Well, great. That's great, Alexandra. And thank you so much for sharing that information with us. And so basically, Alexandra is correct. She mentioned that her son attends Propel Schools and he was participating in Fund My Future. And that is exactly a fact, because Fund My Future has been affiliated with Propel Schools. And as we go into the presentation, you're going to hear more about that. But thank you so much for your response. So basically, our vision and our beliefs about Fund My Future is that we see children and their families taking practical steps that transform aspirations into reality. Okay, sorry about that. And build confidence in the future as part of a statewide savings movement. We see children graduating from high school familiar with the practice and power of saving. And just to explain that a little bit, basically, instead of waiting until a child gets to high school or when they get that first summer job or when they start to prepare for college to start thinking about saving, we now offer the opportunity to learn about saving with infants to children who are young adults who are age 18. So we've now opened the platform for conversation to take place with your young child to your older child. So this opportunity that we've presented now is not only a Pittsburgh thing, but we're now a statewide savings movement. That is what that's what we started. And our belief is that saving is an American problem, not a poor people problem. Sometimes, people think like, oh, well, that person can't save because they don't have enough money to save it. Or, they're not thinking about savings. And what we're realizing that savings is an American problem. Everyone has it's so easy to spend than save. So it's not just geared towards one particular group of people. And three considerations drive resource allocation. Addressing our beliefs is addressing America's savings problem. It requires a full civic mobilization, and that's how when we now have the support of the communities, different communities, we're now a statewide program. We also believe in fidelity to research from fields of behavioral economics and child savings, primacy of respect and relationships, and sustainable operations. So what is Fund My Future? Fund My Future is a children's savings program. We're available to all families with children from birth to age 18 in Pennsylvania. Any adult can enroll in the program through an online portal. And when I say any adult, I mean it could be a parent, it can be a grandparent, it can be an aunt or an uncle. Any adult can save for a child. And once that happens, once the adult goes on the online portal, raffle tickets will then be drawn monthly as an incentive to families to make deposits into their children's account. Now, as long as once you've established a savings account, you will receive a raffle ticket on the 20th of every month, and you will get a chance to win. Anywhere from $1,000, $50, and we have $50 to $1,000, excuse me. And we have 30 $50 prizes for anyone who wins in Allegheny County. Then we have 30 $50 cash prizes for anyone who wins outside of Allegheny County. And then we have $5,000 prizes. And in February of 2020, we partnered with the Pennsylvania State Treasurer's Department, making saving resources more available to families. And we're excited about that partnership with the Pennsylvania State. So how did Fund My Future get started? And Alexandria, you had mentioned this, and here it is. Fund My Future started in Propel Schools in 2013. The reason that happened was because the research has shown that children with bank accounts in their own names were 3 times more likely to go to college and 4 times more likely to graduate. So with over 1/3 of Propel students saving for their future, Fund My Future then expanded in Allegheny County in 2017. And as I just recently mentioned, February 2020, Fund My Future has recently expanded with the Pennsylvania State Treasurer, becoming a statewide program, making additional resources available to families. So how does it work? Fund My Future works by allowing any adult who resides in Pennsylvania, okay? The adult must reside in Pennsylvania. The child necessarily does not, the adult does. And that adult can enroll in Fund My Future, open an account at any financial institution on behalf of any child age 0 to 18, and make monthly deposits to earn a monthly raffle ticket. It's easy to sign up. We'll go to the www.fundmyfuturepa.org a little bit later, in this presentation, and we're all going to take the steps to sign up for Fund My Future. And one important thing that you must remember is that there can be no withdrawals with Fund My Future. No withdrawals, because if you make a withdrawal, you won't be eligible to win the prize for that month, even if your ticket number has been pulled. So how can I win? And there's one of our winners. You see they're happy. The kids, you can tell they're happy, and I'm quite sure there's smiles under those masks. But this is how you win. It's real simple. After you enroll in Fund My Future, you will make a deposit of at least $1. And Alexandria, you said that. You mentioned that all it took was $1. You were absolutely correct. Now, setting up an automatic feature works, especially now, with some families not being able to get out as much as they want to. This way, you don't have to physically make the deposit. So this is an excellent way for you to rest assured that you have a chance to win once you establish that feature. And you would just check with your financial institution to coordinate that. And then, again, I repeat, do not make any withdrawals from this savings account, because this will forfeit your opportunity to win, even if your raffle ticket is a winning ticket. And most importantly, check your emails and our website on the first of the month to see if you are a winner. Unless the first of the month falls on a Saturday or Sunday, then you will do it the following day that precedes that. Or even if it falls on a holiday, you'll just go with the following business day. But automatic feature is really what works best. And it's one less thing to worry about. So I strongly encourage families to activate an automatic deposit feature with your financial institution. So where can you find Fund My Future in Allegheny County? I do want to point out that when we were at Propel Schools, and when we were only at Propel Schools, we did different types of raffle drawings, besides the monthly drawings. In this one particular drawing, we featured we had a match drawing, and we matched the winner's amount, and we donated the matched amount to a nonprofit organization of the winner's choice. And this parent in the lavender shirt, she won $1,000. Let me say that first. She won $1,000, and she chose to donate her $1,000 that we had for her to the Children's Sickle Cell Foundation. And it was an exciting moment, and you can imagine what happened afterwards. The Children's Sickle Cell Foundation became one of our partners. So we were excited about that. And then on the lower portion of the slide presentation, that's a family with all of their children who all attended Propel Schools, and they're all Fund My Future participants, and they were featured in a book that was prepared by one of the foundations that support us. So they just love Fund My Future. As you can see, everyone had their Fund My Future t-shirt on. So these are some of the places that you can find Fund My Future in Allegheny County: schools, churches, libraries, family support centers, after-school programs, housing authorities, tech sites, summer camps, community college. You can find Fund My Future just about anywhere that you can find families. So now, at this time, I'm hoping that you're now ready to take the pledge. It's going to be very simple and easy. So I'm going to give you a moment to get your devices ready while I go to the website. One moment. Get your devices ready. Okay, just one moment. It said it was paused. Just give me 1 second. There we go. And all right. Can you see this or is it not showing?
It's not showing.
Okay, just give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Okay. All righty, I believe we're all on now. So what we're gonna do when you get to this screen, you're going to click on the button that says Take the Pledge Today. And you wanna click that button right there. And I'm gonna click mine, and this is,
What's the URL?
excuse me?
What's the web address?
Oh, the web address is fundmyfuturepa.org. And I'm gonna give everyone a chance to get to the web address. And while you're getting there, as you can see on this page, you have Fund My Future, Keystone Scholars, and the Pennsylvania Treasury symbol. Excuse me. Keystone Scholars is a program of the Pennsylvania Treasury, and because Fund My Future is partners with the Pennsylvania Treasury, we also provide families with information about Keystone Scholars. And what I want to inform you of, Keystone Scholars is a children scholarship that you get from the state of Pennsylvania if you had a baby born after December 31st of 2018. So any baby born after December 31st, 2018 is eligible for the $100 Keystone Scholars. And you would claim that by going to their website. And if you're an expectant mom now and you're expecting a baby, you can still claim it. Anyone that had a child that's after December 31st, 2018 is eligible for this scholarship. And it grows and grows and grows. And we'll have much more information about this at our next session, but this is a great resource that I believe that families are really excited to take advantage of. So by now, everyone should be on this page right here, Pledge, Save, Win. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put our information in there, and there's no money required or anything. This is what's going to get you into start receiving raffle tickets, start receiving newsletters. You're starting to receive every type of communication that we send out to our families. So right here, you want to put your email address, whatever your email address is. And then you want to put your last name. Then you want to put your, let's see, let me put, I'm just going to make up an email. Uh-oh, I think I used that one. I just used another one. Okay. And then your first name. And I guess I'll make a, oh, wait a minute. Hotmail. Make sure that email address is right. Don't do like I did. Okay.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes.
If I'm not able to fill out this right now, can I do it at a later time?
Sure, but you want to do it before the email, before the 19th, because that, well, actually, if you're coming back to session 2, you want to have it done by session 2, which is
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it this evening because I was trying to do it just now, but I couldn't get to it.
Sure, sure. Okay, and then you put the city, Pennsylvania, the zip, and then a phone number. And then this box right here, I want to receive occasional text reminders. You definitely want to keep that checked because that's how we remind you. And our parents love it when they get that reminder that says, hey, don't forget to make a deposit. They love it. They love it. I haven't had a winner that said they didn't like it. They love it. So you want to make sure that's text. And now, that's checked. And now you're going to click this button that says take the pledge, but I think I did something wrong. And it'll alert you to when you did something wrong. Now you want to take the pledge. Am I still wrong? Tony. All right, let's just go Tony Fake at Hotmail. .com. There we go. All right. So now we get to the next page. It says, how many children are you pledging for? So you can put as many as you like here. Well, actually it goes up until 6, all right? So for time purposes, I'm just gonna put 1 and I'm just going to say my child is Tony Smith. And my child was born 2/3/2021. All right. And we're going to continue. And it says you're pledging to save for Tony. And now right here, keep in mind where it says, how much do you pledge to save? And this is asking per month. This amount is not an amount that you are obligated to. It's just an amount that you would like to do. And just as long as it's a minimum of $1, because something has to be in the box. But know that you can change your mind. Okay, so I am just going to put $5. And then the next box says, where will you save? Now, there's 3 options. A PA 529, which is with the Pennsylvania State Treasury Department, and you will hear more about that next week. A brick and mortar bank, or credit union, and you'll hear more about that next week too, because we'll have representatives from both the state and a bank attending, or if you want to do something online. So again, whatever you choose here, you can change your mind, okay? I'm just going to put PA 529, but you can always change your mind. And if you change your mind, you don't have to go back in the system and correct it. So when will you start? You have several options here. If you already did, great. You would just say, I already did, I'm already saving. I just want to be a part of Fund My Future so I can get a chance to win. This would be what you would choose. If you're not saving yet, you would want to choose within a week, which would be great for those who are attending this session, because next week we're going to come back with the financial institutions. And then there's the option of 2 weeks or a month. So I'm going to put within a week. Then you would hit continue. And at the top, it's just summarizing what you just said. You're pledging to save $5 a month for Tony, and you will be saving within a week using a PA 529. Do you need help setting up accounts? Either yes or no. So if you haven't established an account at this point, your answer should be yes if you're planning to come to the next session and hear from a financial institution. It should be yes, but if you choose to put no and you want to go out and do it on your own, that is perfectly fine. So I'm just going to put yes. And where are you taking this pledge? Right now, this is very important. At this box, you want to put HSCC. Okay? So that is what goes in this box because everyone is at this session right now with HSCC. And then you want to make sure that these 2 boxes are checked. I want to receive raffle ticket reminders. Hello, you want that. And then I agree to receive occasional communication from the PA Treasury. Oftentimes, the PA Treasury, they run different promotions. I know they have something going on now, and you'll hear more about that too at the next session for families with WIC. If you're receiving WIC, they have a really great promotion going on. So yeah, and then you finalize the pledge and voila, congratulations. You've taken a pledge. It normally doesn't take this long, but because I'm walking you through it and going every step of the way, it kind of took a little bit longer. For the young lady who's going to take it later on this evening, set aside 5 minutes of your day. That will probably be plenty of time to do the pledge. So let's go on to my next slide now. Let's see if I can get on here. And are we still? Okay. So you took the pledge. Can you see this? No, I don't think so. Just give me 1 second. I always have a difficult time switching back. New share. Here we go.
Hey, Tony, we have a question in the chat. Someone said that it redirected them to the Keystone Scholar post pledge. Do you know anything about that?
No, it redirected them to the Keystone Scholars. Okay, let's talk about that at the end and we'll deal with that because we're almost done and I definitely want to take a look at what that person's talking about. Okay? All right. So now we took the pledge. We're good. Yay! Except for that one person, and we're gonna fix that shortly. So now you should be so proud of yourself. And I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you for taking the first step towards building savings for your child's future. This is a huge step that you took. It's big. It's bigger than big. So I'm super excited for you. And I just want to share this video that we made, the Fund My Future team made for our families who are Fund My Future enrollees. So just give me 1 second. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna stop this and stop the share. And let's get that video back. I'm not sure what happened, but it disappeared. And you know what? We're gonna get back to that towards the end. So this is what I'll do for the sake of time. We're gonna okay, so I took the pledge. Now what? Now that you've taken the PA Savings Pledge, you are one step closer to your dream of establishing a savings account for your child. If you already have a savings account for your child, you will receive a raffle ticket for a chance to win from our monthly prize pool. All you have to do to be eligible to win is make a deposit of at least $1 by the end of each month. Remember, no withdrawals. If you need to establish a savings account, be sure to attend session 2, which is scheduled for next week on the 11th. And that session is Introduction to Savings, where you will hear from the PA Treasury and other financial institutions. And be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Fund My Future PA to keep up with us and see what we're doing in different communities. We're so happy that you've made this choice to take the PA Pledge. And at this time, if there's any questions, I will address them And I believe the first one, there was a parent, you said that there was someone who was directed to the